5 pirate flicks that will hook you on the genre. Hook. The incomparable Robin Williams, Dame Maggie Smith, and Dustin Hoffman make magic in this delightful sequel to J.M. Barrie's fairy tale masterpiece, which proves the soap opera amnesia trope can be put to good narrative use. When an ironically acrophobic Pan returns to London with his wife and children, Hook seizes on the opportunity to exact his revenge, only to discover that the crowing devil who gave him his namesake has changed for the worse. Peter Banning, attorney at law, as Granny Wendy observes, has become a pirate. Flightless and spineless, he's forgotten Neverland, and with it his identity, no longer the hero of his story, but a lost man wandering through a world he once called home. This charming movie chronicles the reclamation of the character's fantastical origins, his own battle with the ticking crocodile of time, mortality, and adulthood, and the evolution of his heroism, from eternally juvenile, free-spirited boy adventurer to a courageous father whose journey to the past proffers a second chance at a bright future. First start at the right, and straight on till morning. Blackbeards Ghost. Does anyone remember the hysterical voice behind the infamous Prince John in Disney's animated Robin Hood? Meet Peter Ustinov, a veritable god of the caricatured character whose buccaneering bravado steals every scene, whose liveliness knows no imaginable bounds. When stuffy straight-laced newcomer Steve Walker, played by Disney regular Dean Jones, finds himself embroiled in a conflict with local casino thugs trying to weasel an island inn out from under its elderly occupants, he unwittingly summons a ghost to his aid, the cursed specter of Captain Blackbeard, terror of the high seas and joviality connoisseur, whose cartoonish antics land him in all kinds of hot water. But gangster Silky Seymour and his cronies, and a marauding apparition, are hardly his only problems. Tasked with coaching an underdog track team whose school is all but rooting against them, Steve seems doomed to failure from the onset, especially when a risky wager stakes the fate of the inn on the Godolphin track team winning their match against a rival college. Replete with screwball hijinks and spirited mayhem, this jolly little film is lighthearted fun for the whole family. Princess Bride. If you haven't watched this one already, farm boy, that's just inconceivable. Are movies where you come from called books? Buckle up, Buttercup, and prepare to die laughing. Carrie Elwes, one of few men who can pull off a tight pair of tights, stars as Wesley, aka the dread pirate Roberts, whose lady love is condemned to wed the loathsome Prince Humperdinck. With the help of 2 unlikely compadres, the sportsmanly swordsman Inigo Montoya, who's on a quest to avenge his father, slain by a sadistic 6-fingered man, and the gentle-hearted giant Fezzik, Wesley braves a gauntlet of perils, from colossal swamp rats and lightning sand to cliffs of insanity and a pit of despair, to rescue the princess from a fateful marriage that's one small piece of a murderous plot to subdue an enemy realm. This is storytelling that isn't afraid to get silly, so if you love a good fantasy romp that doesn't take itself too seriously, this waggish rom-com should prove to be exactly as you wish. Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp does it his way in this increasingly chaotic saga of mythological monsters, ancient spells, mermaids and madmen, ghost ships and jinx treasure, greed and corruption and double-crossing, and an undead monkey. Whether he likes it or not, uptight Will Turner is stuck with a rum-swilling, horn-swaggling, silver-tongued Captain Jack Sparrow, whose lucid moments are truly a thing to behold. When his heart's desire, Elizabeth Swann, is captured by Captain Barbossa and his cursed crew, Will is forced to team up with Jack, who has a lot more than swagger up his sleeve, a talent for trouble, the breadth of the Spanish vein, and a longing to be reunited with his own bonny lass, the Black Pearl. But saving Elizabeth, who saved Will, who saved Jack, who saved Elizabeth, is hardly the end of their incredible epic, catalyzed by a medallion of Aztec gold, a girl's intrepid spirit, and a secret she's prepared to take to her grave. The dauntless Elizabeth and her Will have only just begun their mythic adventure. In the interest of averting spoilers, all I can tell you is this: Davy Jones' locker opens at their close. As for Captain Jack Sparrow, sea turtles, mate. Sea turtles all the way down. Muppet Treasure Island. Far and away my favorite of the swashbuckling bunch, this beloved film adaptation of the Robert Louis Stevenson classic is non-stop hilarity, with Tim Curry as the conniving Long John Silver at the helm. When down on his luck Jim Hawkins catches a break in the form of Captain Flint's treasure map, bestowed by the now deceased drunkard Billy Bones, he finds himself sailing for adventure on the big blue wet thing on the mighty Hispaniola, with a one-legged cook who meets the dead man's description of a cutthroat, a martinet of a first mate, a dim-witted squire, and a crooked crew. But Hawkins' initial suspicion of Silver is soon abated by an offer of friendship the orphan can hardly refuse. only for his trust to then be betrayed when Silver and his men kidnap Hawkins to ensure they won't be marooned. It's up to Hawkins' loyal friends to intercept the greedy pirates and part them from their Spanish doubloons. But Long John Silver is full of surprises, not least of which is where his treasure really lies. A festival of conviviality from start to finish, with many a merry mishap and narrow escape, this energetic musical featuring the genius of Hans Zimmer is sure to hook you on the genre. P.S. Does anyone else miss the days of ridiculous Disney power ballads playing through the end credits? I'm a sucker for nostalgia, so I say let 'em roll.